Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Renuka, and this is a safe place where we talk about mental health, well-being, and leveling up, especially if you're a woman. I'm going to talk about the abandonment issue here, and I'm going to give you 3 ways how you can heal abandonment issues. There are many different ways, but these are the 3 most common direct ways where you can heal your abandonment issue. So the number one is connecting with your inner child, and this is a very powerful method. It has helped me tremendously to heal my own abandonment issues, and not just that, many other kinds of issues. And even today I keep practicing it, and wherever I'm stuck, it helps me identify what my inner child wants, and I try to provide it. Like I keep saying it on all of my videos, that our issues in adult life are not because of our today's environment. It's coming from our childhood and the traumas and the coping mechanism that we learned during our childhood to deal with the environment that we are born into. And those coping mechanisms we carry forward and becomes a habit, and we continue doing it when we are adults. And we sometimes do it consciously, sometimes we do it unconsciously. But the idea is to bring awareness to what we are doing, which is not correct. And sometimes it's difficult to know that what you're doing is also the reason why you are suffering. The next most important thing is establishing healthy boundaries. And I don't get tired of speaking about healthy boundaries because it is essential for any kind of relationship, whether the relationship is with you and your partner, with you and your colleagues, with you and your boss, with you and yourself. You have to create healthy boundaries. And more often than not, we are not raised in an environment where we learn creating healthy boundaries. So what happens is when we grow up, we need to spend time to learn this essential skill that is important for us to have healthy relationship around us in our lives. And because of which, I've also provided a downloadable kit where you get a lot of help, not just by understanding what healthy boundaries are, but also techniques of how to cultivate it and how to cultivate in different scenarios. And you will also learn how to preserve those boundaries and react. And it has a lot of examples that help you maneuver, and also worksheets that will help you, develop these kind of healthy boundaries in your life. And the reason why healthy boundaries is so essential is simply because when you have abandonment issues, you will do things to make others happy, to keep them in your life. And you would think that it's normal because you do things for others, and when you love somebody, you do things for them. But this is not the way the world works. You have to realize this, that if when you see it from the other perspective, you would notice that if somebody doesn't keep healthy boundaries, it comes out to the other person as the person doesn't respect himself. And the world is almost like a mirror. If you don't respect yourself, it will show you as disrespect from others. And you will keep saying things like, I do so much for others and I don't get anything in return. And it causes a lot of resentment, and the list keeps on and makes you very bitter because you feel like you're giving and doing things for others, but in return you're not getting it. The reason is, the way out of it is healthy boundaries. You have to learn to say no when your body is telling you that it wants to rest. It also stems that you need to develop your self-awareness, and inner child method is the way that you develop it. So you keep asking yourself continuously, what do you want? So like when, let's say, your friends invite you for a party and you are cringing inside because you don't want to go, but you also like, I have to go here, but I don't feel like going. So you can ask yourself, what is the reason you want to go there? Because clearly you don't feel like going there. And then you will say, because I don't feel comfortable with them, or I'm tired. Whatever the reason is, you be the provider for that comfort to yourself. So then you talk to yourself and tell, okay, so you don't want to do this. Let me take over and I will fix this for you. So then you take up the call and you tell the person that, sorry, I can't come in today, but let's do it another time. When you start doing this, you get respect from others, and you also get respect from your own self, because our brain doesn't understand the scenarios. What it understands is the language and what it's happening. So your soul, your brain is watching what you're doing, and then it tells you, Very good. You stood up for yourself. Very good. And it becomes a habit. You respect yourself. Then it becomes a belief that we respect ourselves. And because we respect ourselves, others must also respect us. And it just happens naturally. And connecting with that is the practice of self love. Self love is so misunderstood most of the times. We believe that self love is going to the spa, going for nails, going for a haircut or hairstyling session. Self love is so much more. And some of these things that we do, like hearing, connecting with our inner child, then creating healthy boundaries, is also a part of self love. And this is the love that we are showing it to ourselves. This love is not directed outside, it's going toward ourselves. We are showing respect to ourselves. We are showing that love to ourselves. So self love is the thing that you need to learn, especially if you have abandonment issues. So here are a few techniques that you need to follow as a part of your self love. Actually, there are many things that you can do to provide that love to yourself, but these are some of the techniques. One is journaling. And journaling is so important is because when you're writing something, it's your thought and you don't have to share your thoughts with anybody. But when you're writing it, it's like you're talking to yourself. So many times you can really like answer and question yourself through journaling, and you get aware of what you're feeling and what happened. It's almost like discussing something with your friend. But when you're like writing and you get awareness that what happened because you're talking about it. Journaling is quite important. It's all about self-awareness, and journaling is a powerful tool to bring self-awareness to you. The circle of parents, and that you can talk about and discuss about parenting things. Then another group of friends who are your creative buddies or your walking buddies, running buddies. So these kind of people will start pouring in that affirmation into your life, and then it will start making you feel that you don't need to rely on one person. And that is the cause of abandonment wound, because you rely everything on that one person, which is not fair for that person also. And it also puts a lot of burden on that person. Building a support network. This is so crucial for self-love, especially when you're on the journey of discovering self-love. Building a support network is so crucial. You will notice that when you have abandonment issues, you are surrounded by toxic people. You cannot expect to have supportive community if you don't let go of those toxic people. It's very simple. When you let go of things, good things can only come in when you make space for it. It's very, very simple. And this is how it works. So if you want the nicer people to come in your environment, you have to let go of those toxic people. And building a network is so important. And when you have healthy people, secure people in your life, it also builds up your belief system that there are good and nice people around you. And also when you're building your network, you have to understand that you cannot rely on one person to provide you with everything. So like a lot of times women would rely on their husbands to provide them with everything: the love, the girlfriend comfort, the shopping partner, the person you can talk to when you're feeling emotional, the person you want to hang out, the person, like it's not fair for one person to provide you with so much by just being that one person. It's not fair. It's not possible also. So you need to find out different kinds of people to provide you different things at different situations. So like have a group of girlfriends who like to talk about movies. Then you have a circle of friends who are your church friends or your temple friends, where you go to visit temples and you talk spirituality with them. Then you have another circle of friends who are maybe, if you're your parenting friends, the circle of parents, and that you can talk about and discuss about parenting things. Then another group of friends who are your creative buddies or your walking buddies, running buddies. So these kind of people will start pouring in that affirmation into your life, and then it will start making you feel that you don't need to rely on one person. And that is the cause of abandonment wound, because you rely everything on that one person, which is not fair for that person also. And it also puts a lot of burden on that person. And everything said and done, always if you feel that your abandonment issues are getting too out of control, there's always help available. You can always reach out for professional help. You can always reach out for therapists, counselors who can help you, navigate abandonment issues. The most important thing is having awareness that you have it. And then from there, you can always seek help to get rid of it. And it is possible to heal abandonment wound, and life after abandonment wound is really very freeing. It's very light and it feels good. And because of healing abandonment issues, you develop a lot of self-respect, a lot of self-esteem, confidence, and it is possible. I was able to do it for myself, and I'm sure anybody can do it. My details are given in the description box below. If you feel that you need one-to-one support from me, there is an option of booking a session with me. All the details are there in the description box below. Thank you so much for listening to me today on this video. I will see you next time in my next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Bye-bye.